What's going on, everyone? My name's AJ, and today we're gonna be What was that? And today we're gonna be reviewing the Nike Air Force 1 LV8 Test of Time. The shoe is a relatively recent release and it's a member access product from Nike. And I was able to cop a pair before they sold out, but it did recently just restock. And I get a lot of comments saying, does the Air Force 1 fit different? Is it a little bit taller? In this case, this is a Nike Air Force 1 LV8, meaning it's a little more elevated. But honestly, it's elevated so minimally that you're probably never gonna notice if you compare this to a regular Air Force 1, but that is the name of the shoe, Nike Air Force 1 LV8. It's not like you're gonna be floating like, you know, David Blaine or anything. But anyways, the shoes come in this black Air Force 1 box. And like all the other Nike Air Force 1 LV8s, it has the Nike Air Force logo. And it says Air Force 1 in a silver foil on the top middle of the box. I got these in a size 9.5, and the box label says Air Force 1 07 LV8, and the colorway is sail/green noise-coconut milk. And the suggested retail for these is $110. If we open the box, the tissue paper is the standard Nike Air Force 1 LV8. I've reviewed a few LV8s in the past, and this is basically the same tissue paper in the same box as those LV8s. I keep saying LV8 elevates, but this shoe, let's just, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. You know what I'm talking about. And sorry if this box is a little damaged. This got damaged in my luggage, but since it's damaged already, let's eat it. So now onto the shoes. We have a full cracked leather sail upper. And at first I thought it was like a suede or a nubuck, but if you look really, really close, it's almost like a painted leather that's supposed to be worn, because that's the whole point of the shoe, making it look vintage and a little bit worn and retro vibe / retro inspired designs. It has different types of leather all over the shoe on the upper. So on the back, it has more of a smooth leather, and as you get closer to the toe box, it gets more and more crackled. The swoosh is also quite unique. It has a suede swoosh in the green noise color, and the tongue is also the sand that matches the upper, and that's the start of the green accents that start with the Nike Air Force 1 label on the tongue, the back tab label where it has the Nike Air logo and a swoosh, and these green accents also continue on the swoosh itself, where it has that intricate stitched accent overlay on the swoosh itself. And the final hit of that green noise color is in the insole itself, where it says Air Force 1 standing the test of time, and then it has a swoosh logo right under it. So it's a really nice touch with all the noise green details. Green noise, making some noise with these shoes, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. But no, in all seriousness, super great shoe. The midsole is that coconut milk. So you can tell that there's a slight difference of the upper compared to that vintage looking coconut milk. It looks like it's worn. I really like the contrast between the upper and that coconut milk. So the sail, you can definitely see that that is sail. And you can tell that the midsole and the outsole is coconut milk. The lining is also sail, along with the back tab. It's actually a suede. Another detail is close to the end of the swoosh, where it has a yellow tab that says Nike in that same green noise color, but it's more of like a script or handwritten cursive. Doesn't come with any extra laces, but it does come standard with these white laces, and it has antique nickel lace end and also Dubray, which is basically a lace lock right there. People call them Dubrays. I personally call them lace locks. That's what I've known them forever as, so I'm just gonna call them lace lock. If you call them Dubrays, that's the formal name for it. So the warm nickel is on the lace end, the lace locks, and also some of the eyelets of the shoe itself. There's two on both sides of the shoe. And now into the sizing and the fit. I got these shoes a half size down from my typical size. So I got these shoes in a 9.5. I know that the general rule of thumb is that you probably buy your leather Air Force 1s a half size down. I personally, in all my videos, I've been saying buy them true to size. Honestly, a lot of the comments and questions I've been receiving, thank you guys so much for commenting and watching. I've just been saying that you could buy them either true to size or a half size down, and that's still the case. So you're still safe if you buy them true to size, but also half a size down. If you go a full size down or a full size up, that's probably not the way to do it. So stay true to size or go half size down. Nonetheless, these shoes fit me, and that's all I care about, so I'm not really too worried. So wear these Air Force 1s with a pair of 100 Thieves green shorts. and I really like how they look. I wore some gray socks too that are from Nike. Remember what I say, always wear Nike with Nike, never Adidas with Nike, New Balance, you know, you gotta keep the socks right too. In all seriousness, I also wore these with a pair of Nike Mint joggers. These are really dope. I like the delicate colorway of it, but the Air Force Ones pop a lot, not only with the shorts, but also these pants. And lastly, I wore them with my favorite pair of Stone Island cargo pants. You've seen them in a lot of my videos. They're in the color black. I wear them like almost every single video to give an example of how shoes look on feet. And they're classic pants. Really hard to mess it up. It's a pair of black cargo pants, and with these shoes, they do a great job of helping the colorway, whether it be the sail or the coconut pop. And I think they look really dope. Typically, I don't really like the color green too much on shoes, but the whole vibe of this shoe with the vintage feel and the fact that the details are really executed well. And when I first saw this on Nike.com, it really caught my eye, and I decided to cop it, and it looks great not only in pictures but on feet. Now onto the pros. I'm gonna say that my first pro is that these shoes are still available for retail on Nike.com. That's the best pro ever for me, because there's a lot of shoes where nowadays it's really hard to get and you have to get it from resellers or StockX or GOAT. But in the case of these, they restocked just recently, and that's dope for everyone because it's a dope shoe that you can cop with no lines at all. You don't have to wake up super early, and it's just readily available. Another pro is that these shoes are not as hyped, and that goes along with the first pro because they're not as hyped, but they're easy to cop, so it's still a cool shoe that you could get for retail. My next pro is that these shoes are premium and the details are really interesting. Everything in this shoe, I could definitely tell the Nike designers put a lot of effort into, and it looks very premium. And not only does it look very premium, but the whole shoe, I would say, is very well executed. My last pro is that this shoe in specific is very stylish and unique, and like all other Air Force Ones, quite comfortable if you size it correctly. You can't really beat a classic silhouette like the Air Force One. With the premium details and excellent execution, I think they're a great shoe. And even though this is a generic release and nothing too crazy, member access meaning you just have to sign up for a Nike account, I still think that this shoe will probably sell out soon, so I'll definitely check it out. I have a link below in the description too if you want to check it out. And whether it be the materials of the upper, the swoosh, along with all the details of the stitching, the insole, and everything, I think it all comes together to make this shoe a comfortable but also very stylish fall winter shoe. But you could also wear this in probably the summer and the springtime too, because the color is pretty neutral and it's not any season specific shoe. It's overall just a stylish and comfortable shoe. And I only had one con with this shoe, and that would be that it has a slightly higher price point. So the standard Air Force Ones are about $90 to $100 now. I don't even know if it's hard for people to get Air Force Ones. Apparently they set limits, Nike set limits on how much you could actually buy. Nonetheless, these retail for $110. There are some Air Force Ones that are premium that retail for upwards of $130 because this is the Nike Air Force One LV8. A lot of folks have commented in the past saying, what makes this different than a regular Air Force One? Is the price point really justified? So the fact that this is a Nike Air Force One LV8 and the other details is basically Nike's justification for having that $110 retail price point. But honestly, I agree with Nike's justification for the increase in price because of the well-executed details and design and fabrics and materials that they did put into this shoe. All in all, I'm gonna say that the Nike Air Force One 07 LV8 test of time will stand the test of time, no pun intended. You know, I had to add one dad joke, one knee slapper, one just regular joke if you don't have a knee or a dad. Well, you know what I mean, it's just a joke. Anyways, this is one of the most stylish general release shoes that's easy to obtain that I've seen in a while, and I can't recommend it enough. And I would also recommend this shoe to anyone that loves the vintage look and a very unique Air Force One that not a lot of people will probably see out right now, but they'll be very interested when they see it. And you don't even have to check StockX or GOAT at all. Just go to Nike.com, and if it's in your region and you really like it, I would definitely suggest copping it. What do you guys think about these shoes? Leave a comment below. Once again, my name's AJ. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, or even notification bell. Almost burped right there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let go. Peace. Bing bong.